lady. 1, 2, 3. Because it's a 4 count. When it starts, if you gotta put vibrate is not silent. You ever tell somebody to put their phone on silent and they put it on vibrate? That's not silent.
Well, first of all, my phone usually don't ring.
It's like what is
and that's
happening?
a little different because my shit usually nobody don't usually want to talk to me, but
you know, I usually got my phone on silent, but that's because I don't like to hear it. It's not on no weird shit. Like,
how do I even turn the vibrate off? Who does that?
It's cool.
I'm like, who the fuck?
I just want to tell them one thing. Welcome back to another episode of Such a Fucking Lady, the podcast.
Oh, wow. I'm sure ready to see Chef Taya. Because, whoa.
You know, I talk fast sometimes. Wow. And I be trying to, like, when I be listening to the audio.
She got someplace to be, clearly.
Don't do that. Because I ain't got no place to be. Trust me. Somebody got someplace to be.
I don't have any. I'm going to be here.
Okay, but that don't mean there's some place to be. I don't got no place to be, nothing to be in, nothing to do. Okay, welcome back to another episode.
Such a Fucking Lady, the podcast. I am your host, Shawty Red. almost said Chef Deja.
Not almost said. What's funny is the whole time I was like, Shorty Taya, Shorty Sex Red. I was like, the whole time I'm like, I don't know.
Who the hell am I?
When you went first, when y'all look back, I'm like, cause I'm like, I don't know what the fuck my name is.
Chef Deja. Never been a chef in my life.
I'm your whole Chef Red. Well,
I'm barely a sous chef.
Okay, I'm Chef Taya, aka Chef Stacks in the motherfucking building. Stacks is back. Dawson back. That like she never left. She was a different animal. No.
Yeah.
Y'all don't want Dawson back. That's you don't want. What year was that? About 2015.
2016.
Boy, we had a time.
What a time to be
Future
alive.
dropped that album.
I saw a meme that was like 2016, you just had to be there. No photos, no videos.
That was funny as fuck. That was really I seen that too.
Literally, you just
that was a wild time.
There. Listen, shout out to Opera Gardens.
Guns on and a styrofoam. Yeah, then get my mom jumping up like master. Any like Future during that like era was just like, yeah.
And
March
we was
Madness.
fresh in Atlanta. We had just got our face cards validated. Like
I don't even know if it was valid. We was in motherfucking.
We didn't pay to get in. Now was we in sections yet?
Well, maybe we was in capture and stuff.
Capture.
We was in capture.
Y'all remember capture?
We was in capture and who was we going? Opera Gardens, capture.
Josephine was open at that
Josephine's
point. So
probably, but I don't think it was on the same level as.
I'm not as we weren't paying to get in because we wasn't paying to get in Opera Gardens either. But we just. Our face cards weren't valid at that point.
Here she go with this goddamn fucking Atlanta face card. Oh my God.
Come on. Be fucking for real.
So I see this thing and it was like, what's something that's like known to each area? Now I know everybody has like their own slang, but I feel like everybody in Atlanta always talking about their motherfucking face card. My face card is valid. My face gets me in. My face card never declines. La 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 la. So, like, I mean, you can take that a lot of ways because a lot of y'all got your face card off fucking niggas. So, your face card is valid because they know you popping pussy, so you getting in because why not? Because she gonna bring the fun. So
that's facts. One of my things, though, I say this all the time. I never wanted to fuck one of the club niggas because I never wanted my face card to be declined on the entry.
Can you stop talking like that? Please.
Well, I never wanted to be denied entry of the club because I was fucking on a club nigga or a promoter.
And he didn't want you in there.
And he didn't want me in there because
now we've had different scenarios with funny acting niggas when we first started. He say, she say, this person don't want you to come. This person don't want you to come. Hoping we had a lot of weird stuff going on. Well, I didn't tell him that. He told me this. So it's just like we learned very early on. For my first, it was a pandemonium. So it
was definitely a pandemonium.
It was. If you know, you know. It was a pandemonium. Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
but yeah, what better woman
We are.
That being said, we're going to betterly take these tequila shots. And what's our tequila of the day called? Was it Blue Agave? Blue Nectar, y'all. So it's 100% Agave Azul, not De Agave. I think our first one that we did, the Costa one, was De Agave. We did another one that I'll tell you about once I remember the name. So, cheers.
Closico.
I thought it was an I.
Insolito. You're right.
Now, tell the people what you said about the Blue Nectar.
Oh, it's so smooth, y'all.
She said it was too smooth.
It was, because let me tell you, we literally have less than 3/4 of the bottle.
We got like 1/4 left. It's getting desolate out here.
Less than 3.
It's desolate. Cause we did a little photo shoot for y'all. And we sorry for smacking dishes.
Sorry.
We did a little photo shoot.
Call me out, Mr. Tobias.
Just in case they listening, they know who that was. Gulping it down.
Me, okay.
So, we did a little photo shoot.
She smacks her gum.
We did a little photo shoot. I do. We did a little photo shoot. So we've been drinking on the Blue Nectar. And that one is the 100% Agave Azul. The I forgot, what's it called? Isolita or whatever. It's in a blue bottle, y'all. Mm-hmm. And that one is 100% Agave Azul. Mm-hmm. And then our first one that we did, y'all, was at the Costa or something like that. And that was De Agave Azul. So we didn't tell y'all, but the first time we had the Costa was great. It was a great night. We was fine. Oh, great time. So we ran it back because y'all, we be drinking when we don't record, unfortunately. But
the buck doesn't stop here.
Yeah. So yeah, because that ISO one we had that on Wednesday and we was not recording. So yeah. So we had that a second time, the Costa one, y'all, and so what happened was we was drinking that, right, and we finished the whole bottle. Boom. So then we got some daily on. We're going to go ahead and pop that open. Right, now, it could be because we mixed a fake with the
100% Agave Azul.
That could be it. That could be why we had but I'm talking about the next day, me and Deja's head was knocking boots.
Yeah.
I was knocking them boots. When I say it was knocking boots, baby, the next day I called her, she's like, my fucking head. She's like, oh, bitch, I had to make sure. I'm like, yeah.
But then she kindly reminded me that we did mix the two.
We did mix the two. And we also should have been done drinking after that we finished the bottle. Because, is it normal for two people to finish a bottle of tequila is what I'm really trying to figure out. In Virginia,
don't comment.
In Virginia, it is.
Okay, a gallon.
I feel like people in Virginia drink,
it's water.
They don't got nothing to do, though. But no shade.
You know how you're supposed to finish a gallon of water a day? We'll finish a gallon of fucking whatever we're drinking.
That's crazy. I said that's crazy. I'm not the one drinking it. That's crazy. So I'm trying to get my life right. So what I will say is, during the week, we really don't be, at home getting lit, by ourselves. But if we are socially around each other...
Yeah. That's
then we just let's,
if
you know what I'm saying?
Each other, we definitely
let's drink.
You know what I'm saying? Drink each other.
We've hung out sober before. We have. We've hung out. And
it wasn't fun. Come on. Let's not lie to these people.
Can you stop? We've hung out sober in life in general. Can you?
But we'll hang out sober and she'll be gone by 6 p.m. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, you're right. And the last time I was just I came over here. You don't got no bottle. You ain't got no food. It was real. I was like, this is ghetto. I was like, no bottle, no food. I got that one little bottle of, what was it, Moet? What was we drinking? Prosecco.
Prosecco. It was the 99 Crimes. That was good, though.
We did crack that, though. No, that wasn't that. Was that
it wasn't that one?
No. You had that one. We had Prosecco. It was Prosecco, La Marca. I thought it was La Marca.
Nope, it was the, what, Freak Show. Not the Freak Show.
I don't think it matters.
It don't.
Okay.
But whatever.
All right. That being said, we going to AA. No, I'm kidding. No. But
tell them what's the topic. Let's get into it.
Talking about topic.
What's the topic?
Forgiveness.
Is
more than saying sorry.
I hate when she sings.
Y'all didn't hear? You ever seen that movie?
No.
It got your boy in it, Ryan Gosling. Got him in it, and this crazy white bitch, and they go back. He's managing her.
Oh.
No, what the fuck? No.
Come on, cause she was.
No, wait.
He had to put her in a home.
Who was a funny guy that looked like Ryan Gosling? No, that's not Ryan Gosling.
In the Notebook?
Ryan Gosling is the guy
in the Notebook.
With the motherfucking and it's called like Friends or something. Let me Google Ryan Gosling. Cause we talked about this last episode.
And I was
Ryan
right.
Reynolds.
I was right last time about the Ryan Gosling too, guys.
Yeah, but you backtracked. So
I did backtrack.
You made me feel
but you're
like
right. He could sing. He was in the Mickey Mouse Club. Popping his shit.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. I meant Ryan Reynolds. I'm gonna show y'all his IMDb. And it was a movie. It was something called like Friends or like no, it wasn't Definitely Maybe, but Definitely Maybe was a great movie, y'all. Y'all should watch that one as well.
The Proposal, that was one of my favorites.
The Proposal was a great one. Ryan Reynolds is a great actor. And when you said Ryan Gosling, that's who I thought you was talking about.
Because that's the picture that it pulled up. Whenever I pulled up Ryan Gosling. I mean, whenever I was doing like Aries men in the industry.
So, okay, what would you do? Okay, it was called Just Friends. So it's called Just Friends. So Ryan Reynolds got this crazy artist. I forgot this. Remember this little white girl? What's her name? She be in all the scary movies.
Oh, Julia something.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
that's her. The crazy little white girl. Okay, so anyways, she is a psychopath and she's obsessed with him. So then she starts singing this song and she got like toothpaste and she's like, forgiveness is more than saying sorry.
I've never seen that.
That song been stuck in my head for like 18 years. It's one of them things that like I feel like everybody hasn't seen that movie, but if you have, you know.
Right.
So yeah, so we just talking about life and like forgiving ourselves and other people and
accountability.
And being accountable for where we are in life.
Being freaking
Do you think you're accountable for like where you're at in life at this moment? And
no.
Without elaborate.
No.
Ooh.
I think that I've become accountable, but I don't think that I was accountable.
Let me have that.
Cause
let me have that.
I have a really bad. I'm a fidgeter.
She be fidgeting.
I'm a, like,
and it makes her look down because she's fidgeting what's in her hand. Go ahead, go.
So I haven't always been accountable. I've blamed a lot of like where I'm at in life on other people,
right?
And not taking accountability. Like, okay, well, you were waiting on this person. Or those people to get you where you think you should be instead of just doing it on your own.
Right.
And so, yeah, now I'm accountable, but I haven't always been.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you?
I think I'm accountable for where I am in my life, but I feel like I think I am accountable. I think I'm accountable for the things that have transpired, the decisions I've made to get here. But I agree with what you're saying. Like, sometimes we tend to blame other people, like, not even waiting, but, like, people we date or, like, our parents. And a lot of times, like, when you're from, like, we're talking about, like, being from a certain place, you tend to blame your parents, like, well, if I had a silver spoon in my mouth, or if I had this, or if I had that, I could be in a better position. Yeah. So for a long time, I don't think I was accountable for the fact of, like, so boom, I always say, like, my stepfather, he was supposed to pay for me going to college or whatever. Not pay for me going to college, to be clear. They ain't had no money for that. I was on financial aid. But he was supposed to pay for the next step for me to go to HU because I did not want to go to Virginia State. And he told me, like, hey, the only way I'm going to pay for that $500, like, $500 was a big deal back then. Like, and shit, still now. I'm like, he's like, I'm not going to pay $500 for you to go to HU for this admissions, I don't know, whatever it was. But if you go to Virginia State, I'll pay for it. Right. So for a long time, I left Virginia State, went back home, and I wasn't accountable. Like, it really wasn't that man's fault. But even though he was wrong for even putting me in that situation, I had to be accountable to the fact that I was so fucking dumbstruck over a man that I couldn't focus on shit else that I had going on. Because at the end of the day, the issue wasn't Virginia State, because I had a blast when the time I was there, y'all. I was there a fucking half a semester probably. I don't even know how long I was even there, because it was not that long. Because then my dad ended up getting sick, so then I really left. Yeah. So I was going home every weekend, and me and Deja was going to the club, and I was going to go see my nigga, because I had met him. Yeah, Mystique, we was doing it all. Mystique, the cave, you know what I'm saying, Peppermint. We was hitting the spots, baby. And Deidre had been going out since she was 17. So like, you know what I'm saying, her face card been valid. You know what I'm saying? When her face card valid at 17, then you like, oh, okay, we lit.
It's lit.
We lit.
Oh my God.
But I wasn't accountable for a long time. Like, I think the biggest thing I always regretted was leaving college. You know what I'm saying? Leaving Virginia State. Because I felt like I didn't know where my life would have went if I would have stayed.
Yeah.
But because so many great things happened, I don't regret that because I wouldn't have met all the people that I love in my life, honestly, if I didn't, you know what I'm saying, if I didn't leave. But for a long time, I blamed him like, well, I didn't want to go there in the first place. And if he would have paid this, then I would have been there. I would have finished Hampton. I would have got my degree and I would have, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, it ain't that man's fault. He was an ancient nigga and an ancient father and an ancient man. Yeah. And you already knew that. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So I wasn't accountable for that situation and where it led my life. But now I'm definitely accountable for the things that happen in my life, even with relationships. I'm always just like, I can own my mistakes and be accountable for the shit that happens with me. You know what I'm saying? But it took a long time for me to, it takes a long time to get to that point. And you gotta stop blaming other people
everybody around you
for your situations.
Yeah. I think that's hard though, cause it's just like, well, you promised me or you told me that we gonna do this or I should do this, but you never gave me the direction or the, you know tools. What I'm saying, tools to do that. So why would I know that, you know what I'm saying? Why would I blame myself when you said
right, you was gonna do this for me? So yeah, but everything is cause and effect, and that's what I always think about. It's just like, because this happened, and now you have to fix the effect of what happened and not live in the cause. You know what I'm saying? Because like a lot of time we live in the cause of the moment because you did this. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm stuck here and not fixing the effect of what's going to transpire and how I can fix myself and better my own life. Do you feel like, is there a time that you can think about where it was hard for you to be accountable? Not just in your own life, like in a relationship or a friendship where something went wrong. Is there a time when you feel like it was hard for you to be accountable?
There is a few times in life where I felt like it was just hard for me to be accountable.
And say it however you want to say it.
I think that sometimes I knew that I was wrong in certain situations, but to say it out loud or to say it to the person who I was wrong, who I did wrong, that's hard because it's just like, fuck. Either this is my friend, this is my family, this is my, like, whatever, like, I don't want to, like, it's hard.
So I'll give you an example of like when I felt like I wasn't accountable. So when the thing happened, when me and Deja was living together. So like a few of my friends came in town. So it was it was Deidre. I don't really remember who came, if I'm being honest, that weekend.
I feel like, and this is no offense to anybody else, but who mattered was Deidre because that's her best friend. Yeah. So, but I'm trying to think who was all there that I felt. It was Deidre.
Bree didn't matter. So it was Deidre, Bree, and Shaniqua. Okay, but I thought Tiffany or somebody came with them. No, I don't know.
I think yes. Tiffany.
I feel like Tiffany came with them, right? Yeah. I said because I knew it was somebody else that I was actual like friends with, so for me to feel how I felt. So in that moment, so my friends came down. So it wasn't just them. So they came down to stay with me, and then one of my friends, Rob, and me and Rob, like we've been friends the same amount of time. And that was the biggest situation where it was hard for me to be accountable. And it's not even that in the moment I had so much going on. It's like Deja was talking about, it was during that time period where we was just getting to Atlanta and like I had got invited to a photo shoot, but then he like, don't bring your friends. And I'm just like, to a video shoot, I'm like, do I not go be in this video or do I bring my friends? Because I'm thinking like, I'm trying to get us on. Like, and he also told me that, hey, it's only going to be this amount of time. We're going to be in and out. You be right back. We're going to be gone for 2 hours. So, but then that's on me because
because it was a man that you were fucking with, so you trusted him.
Right. So I had to be accountable for the fact that I left my friends fucking high and dry and went to go hang out with this nigga. And then anytime we was with him, he was on some weird shit after that.
And it was my first time meeting Deidre and her sister.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was my first time.
That was that was then, because that was the time that came after that. We was already in separate apartments. Okay.
Yeah.
So that situation, it was hard for me to be accountable. It was mainly hard, not my friends, because when that whole situation happened, I don't remember play by play, but I just know I left them and I felt bad, and my friends went and they seen Rob, who I also had hung up. So imagine doing your friends wrong and then seeing your other friend who you also did wrong, and they all like, where this bitch at? And it's because I think that one was hard because I'm not that person. And like, to my friends, like, I'm not going to just like be
really good.
Like, I'm like, I love my friends. I'm not going to have you out back. And like, Rob was supposed to stay with me as well. So the fact that I think those situations have made me like literally who I am today. And so like, I can't put people before I put my friends anymore, because I'm just like, that was wrong. Not only did I leave them high and dry to go do whatever with Deja, Deja was holding it down. Deja was taking them around, doing shit with them, shit like that.
Broke as hell, y'all.
like making shit happen. And I was missing an action with an ain't shit ass nigga that I also knew was an ain't shit ass nigga. Be clear, that was the issue. I already knew that. It wasn't like, I always say in that situation, after that shit happened in New Orleans, it was so easy for me to leave because
you could see.
I didn't have no feelings. There was no feelings. Me and Deja were just using him to get into the club. Like, if we being honest, like, that's really what it was. There was no love.
And then he would do shit like, oh, Deja can't come out because
I used to don't want her there.
His homeboy, and so his homeboy. And then we found out that was a lie. Or
so he says. Who know? We don't really
allegedly.
fucking know. Right. But it was just like, it took a while for me to be accountable, and actually, like, I had to, like, it took me and Rob didn't talk for like a year. Or maybe a year, and I had to call him and apologize and be like, I'm sorry. Like, and sometimes your friends, even you can, some people, I feel like a lot of people can apologize to their partner, but not to their friends. Yeah. And it took me a while to be like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I had to like sit him down and be like, you know what? I was wrong as fuck. Like, and not like me and him been friends as long as the people that was there, like damn near, honestly. So it's just kind of just like, that was just fucked up or whatever.
Yeah.
So it was hard for me to be accountable in that situation, but.
So do you think it's now, I mean, back then it was hard, but do you think it's harder now as an older adult to hold yourself accountable?
No.
No? Why?
I feel like you ever you ever prayed on something and like pray manifest, however you want to say it, right? Mm-hmm. You ever prayed on something that you wanted to change and fix with yourself? Mm-hmm. That was one of the things. The biggest thing about me is like I felt like I was cowardly.
Okay.
In a lot of situations, and a lot of people can't admit that they're a coward, and that's the biggest thing.
Absolutely, I agree.
And I feel like there's a lot of situations, even still, that I'm cowardly in. Mm-hmm. But I felt like in friendships, I've made more of an effort to say, I don't like this. I can't do this. You get what I'm saying? Or like, I was offended by this. Or, well, I felt like this. Whether it came out, whether I'm saying it right or wrong, I feel like I make the effort to do it. But in relationships, I feel like I still have certain cowardly moments. Mm-hmm. Like, if I'm unhappy. So, prime example, I'm the kind of person, like, if I'm not unhappy, I'd rather you leave me than I leave you.
Right. Same.
Because it's like, it's like my out.
It's easier. So it's easier. I get that.
I'm accountable for my life now. So that's the only thing I can say is like, now that I'm older, I am accountable for my life. I'm not blaming nobody else for the things that went wrong and me not finishing this school and me moving here for somebody and that relationship failing and me having to start over. I'm not blaming these people. Even when it comes to cheating. My biggest thing was like, I'm a cause and effect person. So if you cheat, I'm cheating. Mm-hmm. If you not coming home at night, I'm not coming home at night. You get what I'm saying? If you're not, I'm very tit for tat in that way.
Right. You match energy.
I match energy.
Right.
Because I feel like you should give people what you want to receive.
Absolutely.
So I feel like it's taken a long time for me to like grow in my friendships and relationships. I'm accountable for my life has had where I am now and the things that have happened. And I know that like I've done things to get myself here. There's healing I need to do. But I don't think I'm accountable as a whole. But in relationships, I think I have work to do with accountability. Absolutely. And not being cowardly in in relationships?
I think that I am really good at accountability, but I'm really good at accountability. I could be like, yeah, I'm wrong, and then I'll still do it.
Yeah.
And so, because I and this is a question I wrote down too.
Right.
But I feel like I'm really good at taking accountability. And in my mind, because I've taken accountability, I can do it again.
I can make
that same
my actions right.
Right. I can make that same mistake because I already said I'm wrong.
Look, right. I told you I only do this twice a week, so I'm accountable.
I'm accountable.
Like,
I said
I got you.
You know this already.
Yeah.
So, like, why you mad? I already said, I'm sorry. I know that this is something that I do.
Yeah.
You know? And it's just like, in my mind, I feel like lack of knowledge, well, that's a different subject.
Right.
But also, when you're taking accountability, if you're not knowledgeable about what you're speaking on, then it makes it hard to be accountable. So
what you mean by that?
Okay, so if you tell me, like, so if I don't know what's going on in your relationship,
right,
and then I'm just like, girl, just be single, like, you know, whatever, but I don't know what's going on in your relationship, and I'm just spewing, talking,
right.
But in your mind, you're like, damn, I'm really going through some shit, and she don't really notice, but all she's saying is just let it go, leave it, be single.
Right.
And it's just like, I'm just like, girl, just be single. We all single, fun, have fun. And you just like, you know, you saying these things and they're bothering me, but you didn't know that they're bothering me because you didn't ask me how I'm feeling right now.
Yeah.
You didn't ask me what's going on.
Right.
You just talking out the side of your mouth.
Yeah.
And so if I'm just talking out the side of my mouth, that's just me lacking knowledge of what's going on. Right. So it makes it harder to be like, oh shit,
I feel like in that situations, like, as long as you're accountable after the fact, when somebody tells you, it's all about like knowing how somebody, like, if I tell you how I feel, then you can be accountable for my feelings. You can't be accountable for my feelings beforehand. And you get what I'm saying? Like, if I say, oh, I'm offended, or you didn't do the X, Y, Z, but I didn't tell you that. I didn't give you that knowledge, like you said.
Right, but if I feel like if I just call and I'm just like, bitch, this, that, the other thing, and like, let's be single, we outside, the summer coming, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But not knowing that you're really going through something in your relationship, and I'm just talking because I want a friend to be outside with.
Yeah, I get you.
You know?
Do you feel like there are there steps to being accountable?
Oh, 4 of them.
Okay, what are they?
The 4 steps are see it, own it, solve it, and do it.
Oh, elaborate.
So, to see it, you must muster up the courage to see it.
Is that seeing the problem, you feel like?
Yes. See it. And so, if you tell me, like, yo, you said this and you're wrong, and it's just like, well, I don't know what the fuck you talking about, but like, no, you elaborate on what I said or what I did that made you feel away, and then I, you know, you brought in a picture of like, yo, this is what's so. Then now I can see it, and it's just like, okay.
And what's owning it?
Owning it is finding the heart to own what you've said or what you've done.
Right.
And so if I can find it in my heart to be like, okay, well, you know what? You're right. Whatever you said, you're right. And so now I have to obtain the wisdom
and that's solve
it.
Okay.
And so once I obtain the wisdom, I can exercise the means to do it.
Okay.
Which is the 4th point.
Of being accountable.
Accountable. And those are the 4 steps. See it, own it, solve it, and do it.
Okay, so see the problem, own that you may be the problem, solve the problem, and solve the problem again.
And do it.
Do it. And resolve the problem.
Okay?
I love that.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a great list. Yeah. That's a great 4 steps of being accountable. Right. See it, own it, solve it, do it. And I think it's hard for people in general to be accountable for their actions because a lot of times we don't feel like we're the problem. We can look at something and be like, you did this, you did that, and this is why I did that. And that's, like I said, that's how I think.
It's a tit for tat thing.
Yeah. But tit for tat is not right. Like, what's the resolve?
It just makes you feel better. There is no resolve. It's just like, well, so you did it. Why can't I do it? Cool when they do it.
But is it wrong? But is it wrong though?
Absolutely, it's wrong. Exactly. Accountability.
I don't have an answer for that because, like, for real, because I feel like
I think
I'm accountable. I can be accountable.
It's because if you're gonna do it, and now I feel obligated.
I'm just kind of just like, I'm not even,
where you are.
It's so weird. So like, I'm not trying to be petty, right? But I know how my emotions work. Right. And I know that I feel like when I get into a situation or relationship, no matter what it is, I know I'm always giving 100%. Right. I know I go into it like, I ain't talking to this person, I ain't doing this, I ain't doing that. So when I start to feel like the barriers are starting to get blurred, right? And it's like, oh, well, we texting and we doing this, we DMing, we doing that. Right. Okay, cool. Then we all doing it. You get what I'm saying? So then it becomes that. And even if I'm doing it more on a level than what you're doing it, you were doing it. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just like, I'm an eye for an eye kind of person. And that's what the Bible said, an eye for an eye.
Okay.
You know, I'm not saying an eye for an eye is right, but that's how I think about life. Like, if you kill somebody I love, somebody you love got to die too, or you.
Period. Okay.
Do you think men are more accountable than women?
No. Absolutely not.
Because they swear they are. They swear they're more accountable than us.
No. Men swear that they tell the truth more than us. But telling the truth
a blurry
and
truth,
accountable,
though. Yeah, it's a blurry truth.
Totally different things. So we could say, yeah, in the beginning of the relationship, you said that you weren't ready for a relationship, but then your actions, the things that you said, everything showed that we were in a relationship.
Says you not being accountable.
You don't want me to leave, but you're not ready for a relationship. You want to put a baby in me, but you're not ready for a relationship. You want us to move in together and share a space, but you're not in a relationship. So at what point do you think that I'm thinking like, yo, this nigga don't want to be with me for real? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like,
and we both still out here doing our thing.
Right. We just occupy a space
but
together.
We can never just do our thing. That's not a thing. For women just doing their thing is not a thing.
It's not. Ever.
We can never be on the shit that they're on, or we hoes, or you got feelings for these, that we can never keep the same energy that they got. That's what I'm saying. Like, accountability is, I feel like a lot of people don't have accountability. I feel like people are narcissists. Also, so there's also that.
Absolutely. I think that too, and it's just like, because you said the first time we had a conversation that, you wasn't ready to be in a relationship, but then when I cleaned out a drawer and let you move your shit in the drawer, you didn't be like, no, this
not all that though.
Right, don't do that. I'm gonna just, I'm saying, I'm gonna leave after we, do what we do. You let us give you a drawer, and then it's just like, when my lease is up, I'm about to move, and it's just like, okay, a spot together, and it's just like, yeah, let's do a spot together. You know what I'm saying? We've both been through this.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying?
No, it's talk from the heart. I ain't saying nothing.
Like, okay, cool. Now we got a spot together. I got a dog with a motherfucker.
Twice over.
Okay. I want my second dog with a nigga.
Dogs. Bitch love getting dogs.
It's easier than a kid.
Okay, well.
Is it?
Well.
Oh my God. I still feel like
the kid you could have just got rid of, but like anywho, so it's an option. That being said, I want to circle back and we talk about being cowardly, and like, what does being cowardly like? What does that really look like in terms of relationships and friendships, and like, what does being cowardly like mean to you? And is being cowardly the opposite of accountability? Because
that's where the lines are blurred for me. Because like, where I know, like, yo, we shouldn't be doing this for real. We shouldn't be doing this. We're here, and like, I don't want to be like, no, because we both know this is bad. So are we both being cowardly?
But some people don't know. I feel like some people like toxicity, so you can't compare your mental to somebody who you're with who's way more. I feel like, if we're toxic, I'm toxic, you're toxic, right? And then we're together, then I'm like, oh, well, we both know it's not supposed to work. But it's like, sometimes people don't see this as you're seeing in the scope that you're seeing it in. Especially,
I got a story.
Go ahead, yes.
Okay, cool. So let's take it back to like 2018, 2019. I met this one guy.
She love putting date on shit.
I do.
I mean, it never it just happened one day.
Right. I met this one guy, and like I was fucking with the guy or whatever. And so like he talked me into like moving across the country. He like put my apartment on Airbnb type shit.
All that.
And so like then in the meantime, in between time before we did all of that, he would just do shit and shit would just happen. And in my mind, I would be like, this is not my life. Like, I should not be doing this. But I was coward. I was scared to be like, yo, I think that you should. Yeah, so I was just too, like, to tell him to go ahead and do his own thing. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I knew that he wasn't the person for me. But if I'm being honest, I felt like I needed him in that moment. Yeah. Like, I was going through my own shit mentally, and he could take care of me, and I wouldn't have to take care of myself. Yeah. So I was too scared to be like, nah, you should just go ahead and do your own thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't worry about me. Mm-hmm.
So you felt you should have been more you felt like, did you feel cowardly, or did you feel like you weren't being accountable in a, like, afterwards or before, like, for your situation?
Like I could have figured it out, but because...
How about you getting out? So everything that transpired before you got out there, right? Before you went, or things that even happened while you were there, do you feel like you are accountable for the things that you could have done differently for you?
To get there?
Mm-hmm. Did you feel accountable for that? Okay, go ahead.
Absolutely not. I was just, at that point, I was in a space where, like, I just didn't want to think for myself.
Yeah. That's real, though.
Right. And so he was just like, I'll take care of you. Come with me. Right. I got you. And so by his got me, it was just like, all right, now that I got you, this is what's going on. I'm engaged. I have 3 baby mamas, 5 kids. I just had one 2 weeks ago, but don't worry about that. I'm engaged to the one that...
Can we talk about what he told you the day that he wanted to go have that baby? And I think this is a good point about accountability. Or unless you don't want to talk about it, what he told you that day.
I don't care.
Okay, go ahead.
He told me, so we was talking, and he was like, I was like, oh, what you doing? He was like, oh, I'm getting ready to go see, first, let's take it back before the baby. He was like, oh, I'm about to go to my sister's baby shower or whatever, And I was like, all right, cool. He was like, I'll hit you whenever it's over. And he hit me whenever it's over. And then a couple days, maybe like a week or so later, he was like, oh, my sister had the baby, so I'm about to go see my sister at the hospital, whatever.
Yeah, respectable. Go see your sister, cool.
Right, cool. It's like, oh, she had the baby. Tell her congratulations.
Right.
The baby shower he went to was his baby mom's. And he proposed to her at that baby shower. And the sister who he went to see with the baby, that was his baby. Yeah, that was his baby. And he told me that he said that because he didn't realize that he was going to fall in love with me and that he was going to like me the way that he did. And so he said what he had to say because he thought he was just going to,
no accountability,
hit it and quit it.
Even if you did that, right? You're not being accountable for the fact that you were denying your own child for some pussy. If that's what he's saying it was. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Accountability. I get it's hard.
It's
for everyone.
Hard. Fucking to be accountable. And so like I ended up still going out there with him because you know why? Gullible, naive, didn't want to think for myself, didn't want to have to do for myself. Mm-hmm. I still went out there with him. And then he quickly realized that, oh shit, I fucked up. Like my baby is not even 1 month old. I'm out here with another bitch. I barely know this bitch. Like, bitch, I'll beat your ass. So I'm out there like, please don't hit me. Oh my God. And it's just like, I still wasn't accountable. I still wasn't like, yo, I could have saved myself from being here. Yeah. So many people were trying to be like, bitch, go home. Like, you should never did that. But I was so, I didn't want to do it by myself anymore that I just didn't want to be stressed out by myself anymore. I just wanted somebody else to take that. It was just like, no, it's good. And then I went back and got evicted and had to move out of my spot and had to fucking be homeless for like 5 to 6 months. And then I finally was just like, yo, take accountability. You got yourself here. Because had you not left, you could have done what you needed to do to get where you needed to be, pay your bills, and not fucking be where you are.
Yeah.
And so I'll never let myself get there again. I'll tell you that.
I feel like a lot of times we have this escapism mindset. So it's like I think accountability is subjective to your mental state, right? Because like when you're going through shit and you're like, I'm stressed out, I'm this, I'm that. Nobody can be accountable when you're trying to escape other shit. You get what I'm saying? It's hard to be accountable for your actions when you're like, I'm stressed out, I don't want to go through this, I got other shit going on. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm sorry that happened. Still, I'm sorry that happened. But I mean, it's all about this. I mean, this is full circle about us being accountable for our lives and like the position we put ourselves in, and how do we grow from that and become better women to like who we are today. Because I think we've both been in situations that we need to be accountable and fix it and like fucking man the fuck up. Yeah. So when we talking about being cowardly, I don't think you were necessarily cowardly in that aspect just because you were going through things. I think I take cowardly as being more so, and maybe you can speak to like something that happened and you feel the same way, but like I take cowardly more so as in like I've been in relationships and I've been like, I know long term this is not going to work. And I can't say it. Yeah. To me, that's cowardly because I'm wasting your time and I'm wasting my time. Right. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's like a lot of times it's hard to say things because we're scared that we don't want to hurt people. You know, we don't want them to take it the wrong way. We're scared of their reaction. But it's like you're being a coward because you know how you feel in here. And you're not stepping up to be like, hey, I'm not happy. This is not going to work. This and this has transpired, and I need more from this situation. So I don't know if in that situation I feel like you were cowardly. I feel like you were just, like, mentally, that was something else. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you were going through.
I feel like a lot of things transpired. I feel like we'll get into that in another episode, but I feel like for me to get to the mental space that I was in, I had to, my childhood trauma, everything just was just like bubbling up and spilling over. And it was just like, you know what, fuck it.
Let's let it play out.
I'm going with it. Yeah. Here we are. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll figure it out at the end of the road.
End of the road. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's just where I was with it. But in that moment, when things were happening, like I knew it shouldn't have been happening. And I should have said something. And it was just like,
it's hard to speak up for yourself. And that's so weird. And it's like,
the crazy thing is, and this was him probably being condescending, but it was just like, he kept saying like, and maybe it was either a challenge or just like, but he was just like, you're not ready for me. Like, you can't handle this.
I can't handle your toxic lifestyle.
You can't. Like,
what do you think he meant by you can't handle this?
Listen, he kept saying like, oh, I'm gonna fuck your life up. You're not ready for this. And you know,
Deja.
But it was just like, ooh, a challenge. Instead of being, you know what I'm saying?
Alarmed.
Taking accountability and realizing like, yo, I shouldn't be here. We should not be doing this.
You know what? And we talked about Zodiac's last episode, and I'm not trying to blame Zodiacs, but let me tell you something. Deja, what you just say? He said, I'm going to fuck your life up. XYZ, right? I did a Sagittarius that told me, this motherfucker, I'm trying to tell you, I was not in a relationship with this man, but I was telling him how I felt, because I'm just like, this is a man that where he wasn't even living here. I'll never forget, I was going out of town to Chicago, right? And not that time. But look, not that one. But the time before that, I had went to Chicago, and he had a key to my place because he was still in school. He was whatever. He was in some medical program, whatever. So he was in school, and I had gave him a key to my place because, you know, I'm a real ass bitch. Like, I was doing better than him in during that time period. Whether you're in medical school or not, be clear. I'm doing better than you. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, so, and I was holding shit down. Like, oh, you can come stay here, or you can whatever. Like, he stayed in my place when I was out of town, all kind of shit. So it's like, I was holding shit down. So I never forget, one morning I woke up and he was standing in my bedroom. This is the morning I was on my way to the airport to go to Chicago, and I woke up and he was standing in my doorway of my bedroom. And was like, "What's up?" But he wasn't on no his energy. He never had like aggressive energy, and that's
it
my
wasn't really like no pop up.
No,
it was just like
he was popping up. Be clear, he was popping up, but because he had that Sagittarius Rico Suave trait, he just pulled up like, "What's good?" Like, I'm came to see you. But when I woke up in the morning, like I was like, "Oh, okay, let me get ready for my flight." I opened my eyes. He was standing in my doorway. That was of my bedroom. I say that to say, a few months passed. He finished school. He got sent into a program. They're going to pay him 6 figures a year, all other shit. I took him out when he got into his program and was like, oh, okay, boom, let me spend some bread on you. We had shots. We turned it up. Like, yeah. He went to the bathroom. I paid for the check. Because, you know what I'm saying? Y'all think bitches is gold diggers, but let's be clear. We be holding shit down. Be clear. Period. We expect what we expect because we hold shit down. So he left and I paid for the check. Cool. Good night. Blah, 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 blah. No worries. But once he bought his condo here, he told me, he was like, you know, he called me one day like, hey, I just wanted to be honest with you. And like, I feel like me popping up at your house was wrong. I shouldn't have been doing that. But y'all got to understand, something about me is like, you can't play somebody whose mind is running 24/7. I'm very like awoke and aware, and I see the games. Everybody's always playing games. So like when he told me that, I just started laughing. I'm like, you're just saying that now because you're going to live here and you don't want me to pop up at your house like you've been doing me for the last 2 fucking years. Right. You don't give a fuck about my feelings.
You don't care that you are wrong in real life. You don't
care that you were wrong. You're not accountable. You're not accountable. You're not being accountable for your actions. You're trying to cover your tracks because you feel like, oh shit, now that I'm here and I've been popping up on her for the last 2 years, she might try the same shit on me. Even though
nip that in the bud.
And even though I wasn't even that kind of bitch, I ain't never gonna play myself. I'm not popping up at no nigga that don't belong to me's house. I'm never gonna play myself like that. So it was the fact of like, he's not being accountable for his actions, but he's trying to pretend he's being accountable. Like, oh, I'm wrong. You're not being accountable. You're covering your tracks. It's a total difference.
Yeah.
It's a total difference.
Big difference.
So I feel like men think they're more accountable in women. I think men think they're more accountable because they're more honest than we are. Mm-hmm. You being honest and being accountable for the things that you've done. You being accountable for misleading people, for lying, for gaslighting, for hiding the truth. That does not make you more accountable. And make you more accountable. You've been doing a lot of things to get you to this point. You're not being accountable for your actions. Yeah. But they love to say that women aren't accountable, and I don't feel that way. I feel like I know when I've done something wrong, and I'm just like, you know what, you're right, I'm wrong. You should probably go ahead and just.
Yeah, I feel like earlier we had a moment, and I was just like, fuck, why did I say that? And then in my mind, I was just like, I'm sorry. I said I'm sorry.
To me?
Yeah, and I was just like, fuck, why the fuck?
Oh, about when I said don't say.
Yeah.
Oh, but that was just because I just felt like we gotta listen. We gotta be on the same page.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And I was just like, in my mind, I was just like, why the fuck did I even say that? Because, like, it's not, I didn't mean it that way, but I know it came out that way. And I was just like, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Do you have, before we segue into our street talk, I'm going to wrap up my accountability portion, and then you can wrap yours up and how you feel about accountability, and then we can just leave it there. Okay. And then y'all can let us know how y'all feel about being accountable. I think the main thing I want to say is I had this idea that I don't know if I'll save that for my next portion. So I'll just say this. I personally want to work on being cowardly because I feel like in my relationships, I've been very cowardly. I am cowardly. I'm not gonna put it past on anything. Like I own it, and I'm accountable for it. But I feel like I don't know if the opposite of accountability is cowardness. Being cowardly, because like I can be accountable and still be cowardly in the same. Yeah. In the same token, but I kind of get it. It's like if you are being accountable for your actions, you shouldn't be scared. You shouldn't have if you own your own shit. So I'm kind of tossing it up in the air, but I do want to say that, like, I want to be able to tell my truth and not be as scared of the cause and effect. And a lot of times when you start to build lives with people or building friendships with people, it's hard for you to not be cowardly if you feel like whatever you're going to say is going to hurt them or change their life or your life for the worse. So my 2023, I'll say that my goal is to not be cowardly and to own my feelings and to be honest with myself. Okay.
I like it. For me, when it comes to accountability, I just want to not feel like I am like how I said earlier, like I'm validated or like I'm justified in the way that I feel because I've taken accountability for it. So like, why can't I fucking, like, I know I'm wrong, but it's like, I know I'm wrong. So why am I repeating the cycle? Mm-hmm. I just want to be able to be like, that's wrong. Let's not do that. Let's figure out a way to be better than that and move forward. Like, but also the coward thing. That's a big thing.
That's a big thing. I feel like a lot of people don't own being cowardly because they don't want to call themselves a coward. You're a coward when you don't want to be with somebody, but you won't tell them. Okay. That's the biggest thing. You're a coward when you're unhappy, but you're not saying you're unhappy.
Moving in with somebody, that's a big fucking deal. You don't want to do that. Why would you do that? Because either one or the other is going to be left with this big responsibility that both of y'all agreed to. Yeah. And it's just
very cowardly.
Very fucking cowardly. But people don't think about that. All they think about is either
their own personal gain and benefit. Yeah. Like, even
to say I did this.
Or even letting go or not leave. So even, to be honest, the cowardly part of, I feel like if I'm moving with you and I'm just like, I know I don't really want to do this shit, it's for my own good. And I'm still being a coward, but I'm gaining. It's not only being a coward, but you're being selfish and monopolizing off a situation. Yeah. And I feel like that's kind of what it is. Like, as Kanye West said, if you're not being used, you're useless. Yeah. So.
Period. So that'll be my thing. Learning how to not, because I am taking accountability for the things I've done, not being justified in that. Mm-hmm. And then also the coward thing.
Yeah, that's hard. Yeah. I'm with you on that one because I always feel like every action deserves a reaction. You did it, so it's cool if they do it. It's a problem if I do it. Fuck them.
You ready for some street talk?
Street talk.
We need a drop for that.
Okay. Boom, boom, street talk. What the streets talking about?
Oh, first, I wasn't even gonna talk about this first.
Okay, what you gonna say?
The lady that proposed to her man.
I'm tired of
y'all. Are y'all on TikTok? If y'all not, I need to get on TikTok.
I didn't even see it on TikTok, Deja. You know that shit's everywhere. I seen it on Facebook. I know, but it was the same video. I seen that same video on Facebook.
This lady they were at a bar.
Stop proposing to these niggas. Y'all is clowns for that. I don't give a fuck.
And she stopped the music and she got down on one knee and her friend was in the background like,
y'all, help me out. Y'all be with me on this.
And got down on one knee and her man was like, get up. He told the DJ to start the music back.
There's so many things wrong with this situation.
Friend.
So many things wrong. First of all,
I'm never getting on one knee. You can never. Oh, big.
Why you feel like you gotta propose to a man?
If y'all been together X amount of years and that man hasn't got on one knee to propose to you, he doesn't plan on it.
I think my issue with this is, right, and all the videos that we see of these women proposing to these men, the caliber and the type of men these men are lets you know that they own their shit. These are not soft, quiet, my bitch can propose to me and I'll be okay with it. These be niggas. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So you're proposing to him to get him off the market, to get his baby mama out his DMs, you get what I'm saying? Like, I always feel like the proposal is a reach. You know what kind of man would want you to do that. And these
are tit for tat type thing.
These are the kind of men that it's like, why are you doing this? If this man wants to marry you, he would.
He would. You wouldn't even have to be doing this, baby.
You getting on your knee for a man? I just can't.
Never do that.
Like,
I would never get on my knee.
It's so ghetto out here right now. Like, I cannot.
I don't ever want to be married that bad to the point where I feel like I gotta bend down on my knee.
Or want to keep a man that bad.
or want to keep a man that bad. These knees is bad regardless. I would never.
We got our knees took pictures for y'all earlier.
We did, but can't wait for y'all to see them. Krishan Ross said she pregnant and she keeping eat. You gonna take a drink? Also, this. You know what? I'm gonna take accountability because I was about to blame it on her for the reason that
you see her. You see her. I did text her, but still,
she did.
She didn't have to watch it because I quit.
She didn't tell me that until I told her I was done.
I was like I quit like 4 minutes in. I was like, oh no.
Oh my god! I watched the Jason Lee, Krishan Rock, Blueface interview. Baby, is this what journalism is?
You can't blame him for that because Jason tried to do his job. You can't say it's journalism.
His best. I'm talking about for me.
It is this
to be able to report
but
this to y'all.
Is this what being a celebrity is, or like having an interview? Because that was so weird to me. It was so weird,
the most uncomfortable. Like I've seen other Blueface and Krishan interviews.
When she was kicking and screaming.
Yeah, the Shark Tank chick. I watched.
Pulling out and her friend threw a drink in the guy's face. You see that? Krishan's, remember she was crying and it was like, Blue, don't do me like this. Her friend threw a drink in, and when the cameraman, somebody was recording, and she threw a drink in his face because he was recording. But it's just like, your friend acting a fool and you're recording a show live. Why are you mad at me for having my camera out?
Like kicking fucking.
Her friend threw a drink in the guy's face. The girl who came and got her coat and stuff.
I liked Krishan until last night.
She did. She really did. And I was just
like I would go to bat for her. Let it go. I know she was like, you know what I'm saying?
Troubled.
Right. In her defense, from me, it was just like, she's young. She's been through some things. You know what I'm saying? Making excuses.
Yeah.
Accountability. Look at me. But like after watching that interview last night, I am like, no. Time after time after time after time, people are providing you liquor. Mm-hmm. They're providing you drugs. They're providing you things because they want to see you act out. And you eat it up every fucking time that these people do this shit to you. And everybody that's on y'all team trying to make money. So nobody's going to be like, yo, no.
Even her nigga, all her checks is signed over to him. Nobody can hold you down who's taking all your money. Can't nobody convince me of that. There ain't no nigga holding you down who don't want no bread in your pocket. Get out of here. Get out of here.
And then something came up like Jason was like, oh, well, how do y'all split money, or how do y'all split, like, you know, whatever, the finances or whatever? And she was like, his money is my money is our money. And Jason was like, real niggas put their money in shoebox. And she was like, facts. How you know? That's like what we do. You're setting both of y'all up to get robbed now. Because now we all know that y'all don't put y'all money in the bank, that now y'all put y'all money in the shoebox, and niggas know where y'all live, and y'all about to get robbed. Because if I was one of those fucking big motherfuckers,
she not being accountable for being robbed.
You're gonna get robbed. Okay? Like, you're gonna fucking get robbed. Like, and y'all, you just talking. And nobody's stopping you from talking. They're just letting you say these things to, like, set yourself up for fucking failure. And I hate that for her. Because I really liked her, but she don't let nobody else talk. If anybody say something she don't like, she gonna talk over them. She gonna ruin the moment. Like, it's just draining. I was so drained. My brain cells were fried. Now she's talking about she pregnant. She was at the fucking urgent care while she was filming this. And is she really pregnant? Who knows? Nobody knows. T.I. said he failed the drumline audition because he couldn't play the drum.
That's funny as fuck. I didn't even hear that. That's funny as fuck.
He did the Shannon Sharp podcast. And that's funny. He told Shannon he didn't get the spot because he couldn't.
I used to love drumline.
Me too.
But Nick Cannon could play. Who else? Whose part was he going out for is what I want to know.
Nick Cannon! He was trying to be goddamn Devin.
Shut up.
He wanted to be Devin.
Shut up.
He wanted to be Devin. He was trying to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But also, let's talk about, correct me if I'm wrong, y'all.
Okay.
I don't want to be politically incorrect. I don't want to offend people. But the gays, the LGBT community,
I heard that bullshit.
They're mad at Beyonce for performing in Dubai because Dubai does not recognize homosexuals.
But they still eat Chick-fil-A. What's next?
Right. First of all, let me say this. I don't know about anybody else, but for $24 million fucking dollars, I'm performing.
I'm willing to do
and
about
I'm
anything.
not even gonna fucking be mad at Beyonce.
24 million? What you want to do for 24 million?
24 fucking million. What I won't do is go to Dubai and eat no shit or fucking
they
get
might.
fucked by a dog.
You're not gonna do shit on your back though.
Yeah, they can shit on my back.
24. They can shit on my back. Them things. 24?
24? I'm doing it. Fuck it, shit on my back.
24?
Shit on my stomach. Just don't let it get on my face.
Not on my face.
Yeah, that's it.
24. Let's see.
24
Look, hey, don't get in my mouth.
On text.
Don't get in my mouth.
Yeah, no, not in my mouth.
Where I draw the lines is my mouth.
It's my mouth.
Listen,
That's it.
wherever y'all figure it out.
Anything
Right.
above the neck.
Well, let's not reach.
Well,
it might get the forehead. 24 million. Like,
yeah, what hair? I can wash my hair.
Listen, like, as long as I don't get pink eye and close my mouth.
Okay. Like this. I'll shake my head and everything.
Yeah, 24 million. 24
fucking
you got to be
million.
real with yourself.
Beyonce, like, come on.
Y'all got to be.
You're not gonna take.
Did you watch the
million
TikTok thread with the girls going to Dubai and the girl said the one girl stole her necklace?
Oh, absolutely.
And then the other girl dropped the video and said,
"Yes, the black girl." Because for a second I was
right.
Spanish bitch side, but fuck you, bitch.
And the black girl came through like you tried it. You attacked that bitch.
You attacked her.
Put your hands on her.
So much receipts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of you apologizing, begging,
begging. Like I didn't mean for it to go there. Like oh my god, we're friends. The bitch tried to make it seem like, oh, she ain't had no place to stay, so I let her stay with me. She was like, yeah, I was
closed on the condo.
Condo to close, bitch.
Bitches is weird, though. They so weird.
It's in her video, her getting ready to close on her. Like, bitch, please.
And she said, I'm happy for you, girly. I don't even like how she wrote it. I'm happy for you, girly. It didn't even sound genuine. I don't trust that bitch.
Y'all went off the strip of the black girl's manager. Set it up.
And she was trying to act like it was some other shit.
Like,
that was weird.
Like, oh, yeah,
that was
girl,
weird.
Let's go to fucking Dubai. And so, of course, everybody in the comments like, how the fuck can she go to Dubai and she's staying with you? Because she has management. Her management can set it up. That other bitch didn't have that.
That bitch was lying.
That Van Cleef could have been from the gate, from the boys.
And she's talking about, oh, she stole my necklace and all this. Who knows what the fuck happened? All I know is,
Stop playing. Stop fucking playing. Rich Dollar's daughter shot her baby Zeddy. As she should have.
It was domestic violence.
It was. Okay. So she had a restraining order out on him, so he shouldn't even be pulling up. She don't even know how that man knew where she worked at, and it was her first day on the job.
Right.
He pulled up on her. She tried to run. Him and whoever he was with, they caught up with her, so she shot twice and hit the car. And so after she shot twice, she called the police, and she told the police that she shot at the car. She was scared for her life. She has a restraining on him, and she don't know why he was pulling up. Mm-hmm. And so she, at the end, still got arrested for aggravated assault, but she got released on her own recognizance.
Okay. Yeah, because the blog, they were trying to make it seem like it was something other than what it was.
Yeah, they lied. Yeah, okay. It was just a headline, the clickbait is what that was. So yeah, that's all I got for street talk. You got anything you want to add?
That's all the street talking about?
That's all I got for that. Unless you want to talk about the New York City housing authorities.
Y'all fucking out of line with the rats. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Ooh. New York, all I can tell y'all is get some motherfucking cats. Y'all gonna have to get over y'all fear of cats. You gonna have to move the fuck past it, okay? Because in Boston, baby, everybody I know got a cat or two. Okay? Don't play yourself.
I don't like them cats, but those rats are...
Bitch,
I would get a cat.
I have 4 cats, 5 cats. Don't fucking... All them rats like that. Y'all got rats, not mice. And the bigger issue is the fact that, like, all the things that the government provides and government houses is always subpar, and that's what the biggest issue is. Right. The biggest issue is that like America can give $1 billion to Ukraine and give money to countries in need and donate packs of water to Asian countries when they have tsunamis and all kind of shit, but they can't take care of their public housing projects and the Americans that are in their country when they come to black people and Hispanic people and the people who are not of the Caucasus race. Okay, so we can come up with all the remedies for them to get rid of these rats, but the rats shouldn't be a motherfucking problem. Me being in subsidized housing and having help does not mean I have to live with rats. And that's just the bottom motherfucking line. They flat out fucking wrong. And this is not a new problem. That's the issue. This just become a thing because it's on TikTok, and TikTok is making it viral. Because housing projects in America have been overly populated by roaches and rats for decades. This is not a new motherfucking problem. And you should not have to live with rats just because you are poor. Period. I just don't understand that. Americans are so quick to give money to other countries but can't take care of home. You have Americans who are going to grow up to be y'all future senators and rappers and lawyers and everything else that y'all fucking love, living in projects with rats and roaches. I was raised in the projects, roaches and rats. He wasn't fucking lying because y'all don't give a fuck. Y'all don't give a fuck. When it's low income, when it's black people and Hispanic people, y'all don't see us. And that's what the problem is. We're not seen.
Wait, listen. Living with Red coming soon. Because listen, that is one of my goals, to have government assisted homes for people to live in. Yeah. That are up to date, that are, you know what I'm saying? Just because I come from that. I came from the projects of New York, roaches and rats. Roaches mostly. But, like, you know what I'm saying? I want to give back to those people because I've been there.
It's just sad.
And so the fact that those are things that
it's the fact that it's 2023 and our government has gave over $1 billion something to Ukraine, but they can't repair. They can't. Y'all don't have the same public houses up from the 1960s. Y'all ain't knocked these buildings down. Y'all haven't rebuilt. Remodeled, nothing. Not y'all got rats, not mice. I'm talking about rats. And let's be clear, y'all. Let's be clear. It's not just New York City, and that's the issue. It's New York. It's Boston. It's Memphis. It's Ohio. It's so many places. It's the water in
Flint. Like, let's not forget that either.
They still don't got clean water. So what the fuck are we talking about?
But Ukraine got 1 billion beans. Please.
Everything's political, and all I can say is I love my people, and I want better for my people, and I want our government to want better for our people, and they clearly motherfucking don't.
Yeah. So,
that being said, that's all the fucking streets is talking about is this ratchet-ass government.
Do you forgive them?
No, because I don't got forgiveness in my heart. I'm serious, Deja. Like, I want to be one of them people where I forgive. Like, I think I have a level of forgiveness that's just like, it's acceptance. I can't even say if it's forgiveness because I feel like true forgiveness is letting go and being free. They said forgiveness is free, and there's nothing that has happened to me where I felt like I've let it go. I've accepted things. What does it say? God grant me serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Courage to change the things I can. Courage to change the things that I can, and wisdom to know the difference.
Ooh. Forgiveness.
And all I'm saying
is a deliberate decision to release the feelings of resentment or vengeance towards a person or group.
Just because I don't have vengeance don't mean that I am.
I forgive.
And that I don't think I know how to completely heal from hurt, and I think that's the issue.
Oh, healing, another topic for another day.
I don't think I know how to heal from hurt. I've never healed from the hurt that I've received from people. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I don't know how to completely forgive. That's why I'm always just like, I'm with you until I'm not with you. Now, I've forgiven some people. Let's be clear. I've had a friendship where something has been left because of somebody else and another friend, and that's one of my best friends to this day. And I forgive her because we have grown. And when I met her, we were fucking 12, 13, and we are 32 years old at this point. So there's things that have happened in relations that I forgive. What I can say is I know how to forgive my friends. I know how to forgive men. I don't know how to forgive men. I don't. I've never been with a man and felt like I've forgiven him for something they did.
Okay. So I feel like we touched on this a little last week.
Yeah, well, we were kind of opposite on certain things.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
And so I feel like because you're my friend, like, you know me. So it's harder to forgive you because, like, friend, you know me. Why would you do this to me? This man, we learning each other. If we've been friends, which most of my friends, at this point, me and her have been friends for 13 plus years. And all of my other friends before her, we're like knocking on 20's door.
But I'm not talking about things that happened recently with me and friends.
Right, but even that though, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, actually, still, yeah. Right, I would still forgive my friends, actually. But
like,
that's because
I feel like you know me more than these niggas.
Me knowing,
so it's harder for me to forgive you than it is for me to forgive a nigga who we knew each other for. Maybe
no, I can't say that because,
years.
like, bitches, you can date a nigga for 2 years and forgive him longer than you. That's still the same thing, whether you just known him or not. So, say y'all been dating for a year.
I understand what you're saying,
right?
But like, I guess where I'm coming from is like, yo, you know me. So, like, why?
Your nigga should know you, too.
Well, you know what I'm saying? He fucking me. He right.
He fucking you.
With you.
No, because you already know. I'm just saying, like.
You're right. So, there is no argument because you're right. He should know me, too. He should probably know me better in that year because we are together.
24/7. Like, I feel like we be granting niggas grace that we don't give people who really love us. So, what I'm saying is, like. Where I have accountability. Even if I have an issue or feel some way about any one of my friends, I would ask another one of my best friends, like, am I tripping about this? Or should I be mad at her about this? Or should I rethink this? Or should I ask her about this? I'm never quick to be like, oh, I'm gonna cut this bitch off because of that. Because, like, I feel like the friends that I've gained at this point in my life are my real. Even if it was back then, like, I'm like, unless it's some shit where you completely fucking fraudulent. Right. That's something totally different. But it's always just like, for me, it's not easy for me to forgive friends, but I'm more willing to forgive my friends because I know that we love each other and I know that we human. And I'm just like, I feel like, so how about this? So, okay. So I feel like
she sat up.
So I feel like you're a different person when you're happy than when you're going through shit. Absolutely. You're a different person when you're confident about yourself and shit is like, good, or like, you get what I'm saying, like when stuff is like let's say A and B, right, up and up, down and down. So I feel like how you talk to me and perceive me when shit is this way and how you talk to me and perceive me when shit is this way are totally different. So as your friend, I have to meet you in the middle and say, you know what, I know right now she's on B and she not on A. And so I have to look at it from like, okay, I know she not this and not that. So she may have said this and I know she don't mean that, but I didn't like that. You get what I'm saying? So with my friends, I know each side of them and I know like when they happy, how they act, when they sad, how they act, when they broke, how they act, when they whatever, like what they give me. So it's like with a man, I'm more so kind of just like, I just never had the grace to forgive somebody for I think the only thing that is detrimental to relationships is like cheating and giving other bitches money for me. You start giving other bitches money, that's it. When I left a nigga I stayed with somebody who cheated on me, right? And that's something now that I would not do. Right. It's because I know I don't have forgiveness in my heart and I want forgiveness. I'm being honest. That's one of the things like, when I talk about being cowardly and having forgiveness is one of the things that I want. I want to be able to forgive because they say it's freeing. Yeah. Do you think it's freeing? I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't experienced.
Have you forgiven somebody and felt freed? Have you ever forgive somebody is what I'm saying. But that's what I'm...
Right. Yeah,
you can't say that you will forgive some. I think maybe you'll be... How about this?
I think you may be more hurt.
You may be more hurt by your friend.
Because that's the problem. Like, I'm more hurt. I'm just like, yo, like, fuck. Like, you knew me. This nigga, fuck him. Like, you know what I'm saying? He don't know me how you know me.
I will agree with you on that.
I tell you my deepest, darkest secret. I don't tell him that. So, like, if you do some shit to me, I'm just like, oh, my God. Like... Yeah. Fuck. But if that nigga do some shit to me, I'm like, oh, you don't really know for real. All you know is what I'm telling you. Yeah. But my friends, I'm telling y'all my deepest, darkest secrets. And I feel like we have certain friends for certain things and certain things that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know you know. and then you still did this. And now, like, it's hard to fucking forgive you. Or not you and Jenny, you know.
Yeah, you know, I know what you're saying, yeah.
You know? Because I know that you know these things.
But I don't think it's... So, I get what you're saying. I think maybe the hurt can be more with your friends because you love your friends more. Because I do feel like you're one of the people who love your friends. So I do understand, like, the hurt can be more. Mm-hmm. But, like, I feel like the people that you love more, you got to give more grace. Like, I was thinking about it earlier when I was getting dressed. I was like, you know what? Like, there's been a lot of shit that my family has done to me. And if anybody else had done with me, I would never fucking talk to them again in life for that shit.
I agree. I understand.
I would cut you off for life. Because I'm a cutter offer. Because I just know that, like, it's certain shit that I wouldn't do. And so, like, when I feel like those things are done to me, then it's just like, I'm going to cut you off. But when family has done those things, I'm sitting here thinking, and you already know some people in particular, I'm just like, I love I'm really family oriented. So it's like, I can forgive my family for almost anything. And unless I don't even know what I couldn't forgive them for. Like, I don't really know where I draw the line because I haven't had to take it there. Right. Thank God. But, like,
I do agree with you.
Forgiveness, yeah, so it's like a forgiveness level tier for me. So it's like, I forgive my family, I forgive my friends, and I forgive somebody I fuck with. Because if I'm leaving somebody I fuck with, it's about cheating. And it's like, I can give you grace for certain things, right? But when it comes to cheating, most of the time I'm dating men who like women. And because I like women, I don't give a nigga grace about talking to a bitch and doing no funny shit. Because this is like, you don't got no excuse. You don't got no excuse.
Okay, so boom. I think that a situation happened with you and one of your family members, mm-hmm. and then I put that into a situation that happened with me and a couple of my family members.
Right.
And it was just like, you know, if I could sit here and I could watch her be like, so act like nothing never happened, because they wouldn't know that anything happened because,
right.
you know, you never...
And they brought it up.
Right. Mm-hmm. So then I could at least be forgiving enough to be like...
I got you. But I also think it depends on the level, right? So you gotta... I feel like, for me, it's certain... Now, be clear. Now, I can say, like, you know, like, you already know who my immediate family members are or whatever. So it's like, your immediate family, yes. That's, like, people who you were raised with. Like, that person, that person partly is a half of fucking me. So it's like...
I lived with these people for a year.
So if you have any kind of love towards them, it's kind of just like... I'm not about to... I know who you... It's just like I know who you are and I know where to fucking put you.
Yeah.
You gotta know what box... Yeah. You gotta know about to put people in. And you gotta know being accountable about not putting yourself in the same position to get fucked over again. Is all. Yep. It's like, he can never do that shit to me again.
Right. Neither could she. I would never.
He can never.
Present any situation to them for them to put me in that same position. Right. I love them because they are my immediate family.
Yeah.
Like, you know, growing up, that's who I grew up with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I just know that I would never put myself or them in a situation for us to ever get back to those circumstances.
Right.
Again.
Where we even got to go through this again.
Right. But I love them because, like, you know, like, you grew up with them. Yeah. I grew up with them.
Yeah.
And so, like...
I think the difference between us forgiving our friends and people we date is what I will say is the embarrassment in public opinion.
Yes.
Yeah. And whether people want to admit it or not, public opinion weighs heavy on you forgiving somebody. So if a motherfucker... People don't like to be embarrassed. People don't want to feel like you playing them out in the streets.
Okay.
They don't want to feel like, oh, this nigga got the one up on me or this bitch got the one up on me. I get it. I completely get it.
Facts.
So it's just like, if I'm dating somebody and I feel like I've been in situations where I dated somebody again or tried to fix a situation and I never got over it. I never forget. I fucked with somebody and I don't even know if he cheated in the sense of like, fuck somebody. I wouldn't even know because like he was real sly. I don't even know if this particular person fucked somebody else. But I just like the fact that I felt like a lame nigga played me. You get what I'm saying? I like the fact that I felt like a lame nigga played me. Like, I let a lame nigga play me? A lame?
Yeah.
I threw you a bone. When you dating somebody and you feel like you above them, keep it above. Because bitches have to act like, niggas... You know when you dating somebody who you feel like you above.
Absolutely.
Whether it's financial, whether it's mental, whether it's financial, whether it's mental, whether it's attraction, physically, being like, I'm a bad bitch and you basic ass nigga and I let you play me.
Baby.
Leave it there. So, when you fucking with somebody and you feel like a lame played you, you can't go back because you're like, yo, I let a lame... I threw you a bone, bitch.
I threw you a fucking bone. Okay? I get you.
I threw you a bone. And I was real and I was dedicated. So, like, that embarrassment, like, I feel like forgiveness, I don't even know what's worse, being forgiveness or accountability. What's more, like, detrimental in personal growth? Because I can be real and say, like, I'm probably more accountable than I'm forgiving.
Accountability. Yeah. I forgave you for that... for that weird shit I let you do to me.
Yeah.
I forgave you. Accountability. Fuck the accountability. I forgave you for that shit. I'm being accountable for
but did you forgive?
And I forgave you for that shit.
Here are the 7 steps to forgiveness.
Okay, tell me,
and
please.
So, and then you let me know if you really forgave this person.
Okay.
So, number 1 is acknowledgement. Acknowledge the hurt. Yes. Number 2 is consider. Consider how the hurt and pain has affected you. You gotta acknowledge it. Think about that shit and be like, okay, this shit got me fucked up. Right. Number 3 is accept it. Accept that you cannot change the past. Okay, you got me fucked up. I can't fix that shit. Now what? Boom. Now I gotta determine whether or not I will forgive you. Okay, boom. I'm trying to forgive you. I've determined you fucked me up, but I'm gonna forgive your ass. Now repair. Repair. This is step 5. This is the hardest part in forgiveness, I feel like, because motherfuckers don't know how to repair relationships. Once you fuck somebody over, you have to make steps to repair the fuck over. Right? 6 is learn what forgiveness means to you. What does forgiveness mean to you? What does it look like to you? What does forgiveness person, what are the next steps? So I'm trying to repair, right? So now I gotta say, what does this look like, me repairing it? Okay, so boom, I'm gonna not go through his phone no more. Boom, I'm not gonna, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole list of like, I'm not gonna do this. And then you gotta really forgive. That's the final step, is forgive. Because I feel like a lot of people say they have forgiveness and they have forgave people, but they haven't taken those steps. You haven't even acknowledged the hurt or determined whether or not you will forgive that person. You just saying you forgive them.
Yeah.
So have you ever truly forgiven somebody?
No.
Right, okay?
No.
So bring that back around.
Because in my mind, I feel like I have forgiven you, but... Okay, so boom. In my mind, I've forgiven you, but every time we talk we talk about the same things.
I ain't let it go.
That hurt me.
Except
that you've done.
Except that you cannot change the past.
Right. But I don't, for me, it's just like pounding it in your head like, yo, you've hurt me. But because you're not accepting accountability for what you've done to me, I can't forgive you, because in your mind you felt like, well, I said this or I told you this, and it's just like, no.
I feel like the biggest thing that people miss in forgiveness is the repair. Trying to repair the relationship, like taking the extra step. So I've been in situations where I've dated people and things have went left, or somebody cheated, or this went wrong, and then like there was no repair done. It was like, okay, just move on. We're going to pretend like our life is normal. It's like, wait, you didn't give me any reassurance. You didn't do this. You didn't do that. How are you going to reassure me that this is not going to hurt again? How are you going to repair this situation?
I don't think we've talked about this, but also I feel like that comes with learning who you're dealing with, love language. Mm-hmm. I feel like if you know...
But love language and gift giving and acts of...
Right, but...
I get you saying, because you got to know how to do those things to repair. I got you. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So if yours is like, or either one of us, if it's like words of affirmation, then you know that you've done me wrong. I need you to be like, I need you to acknowledge like, yo, I did you wrong. And so here is what, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like, I've done you wrong, so let me do this for you to make you feel better. But like, if they don't know those things, then
they don't know what you need.
Or if a lot of people think that they can love you how they think they're supposed to love you.
Or how they want to be loved.
Right, or how they want to be loved. And it's just like, no, you have to love me how I need to be loved and what I'm telling you I need to be loved. You can't love me because this is what you think I need.
Yeah.
It don't work that way.
Yeah. My last thing on forgiveness is that, like, I know that I'm not there in life. And as a woman who's about to be fucking 32, I'm not there. I don't have a level of forgiveness in my heart for certain things because, once again, that's a kind of, I feel like when I'm dating people, if you put me in a space to feel like I'm an option, you're going to be an option as well. Right. If I feel like you want other people's attention, if I feel like I'm not enough for you, then it's hard for me to move forward and forgive certain things. So it's like, if I'm in a situation and people say, okay, so like, how can we fix it? I'm always just like, we probably can't. Yeah. And that's me being realistic, because I'm just like, I'm being realistic in the fact of knowing that I'm not ever going to be over it. And I hate to be the bitch that's going through your phone and going, that's not even, I always say, when it's time to go, when you start going through a nigga's phone, it's time to leave. Because if you don't trust somebody that much, or you feel that uneasy in your gut, you need to leave. Whether you want to let it go or not, you have to let it go. Be accountable for your own heart.
I don't even want to go through your phone because I 100% hate being alone. And so, like, I don't even want to go through your phone because I don't want to be alone. I'm never ready to take that step. Because when it comes to being alone, that means so me and Taya, we're our only friends that we have for real here in Atlanta. Right. So, like, if I leave my man or whoever I'm talking to at the moment, like, if she's in a relationship, I can't even depend on her because she has her own
shit going on.
Her own situation, her own man, her own kid. Like, so I can't. So, like, no, I don't want to leave you alone. So, like, I don't even want to go through your phone because, like, damn.
If I'm going through somebody's phone, that means I'm ready to let go. Because one thing I always say, I'd rather be alone and happy. And that's just me. Like, I know I get the fact of, and I understand, and, you know, comes to me, I wholeheartedly understand that aspect of it. But I can't go to sleep at night with a feeling in my stomach of somebody doing me wrong, or feeling like they got the one up on me for one, or feeling like that I'm just okay with shit that I'm really not okay with. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel like I'm accepting some shit that I'm really not accepting. Like, for real. You know what I'm saying? So I would rather be alone. I'd rather be alone and fucking tough this shit out and mentally get prepared for that shit than to be in a situation to where I'm not forgiving you for shit, but I'm saying I forgave you. Like, I just feel like once trust is broken, it's hard to get it back because people don't know how to rebuild trust. And sometimes people don't know how to express what they really want to rebuild the trust. Because, like, now lines are blurred, and now you done seen what I want. You see me doing this and seeing that. Now we got to try to figure out how to combine these two lifestyles that we wasn't honest about in the beginning that we really wanted.
That's a fact.
That's the hardest part. Like, I feel like people aren't honest about what they really want in the beginning. Yeah. So, we are back with Vibes or Not. And the vibe...
What's the vibe?
The vibe for this week was, have you ever forgiven someone for cheating? Okay. Have you ever forgiven someone for cheating? Or will you forgive someone for cheating? However you want to motherfucking phrase it. Right. And I'm going to be completely honest.
What you think?
Y'all felt like it was a vibe. But I'm going to say or not. Y'all said it was a vibe. I guess y'all got I'm going to say y'all said it was a vibe because the results was about like 60-40, like 55, 50, 55. So we're going to say half and half. Matter of fact, we're going to say half and half. Okay. You know, with all the polls considered. Because the people who didn't forgive, you know, they wrote pretty much why they wouldn't forgive, and we'll list them off. What our friend said, females don't give it up to niggas that they don't have feelings for while in a relationship. And I think that's cap, because some bitches just want to pop pussy.
Yes.
Okay.
I agree.
Somebody said, but shit not the same, no. It's up. Kanye West voice. Don't know what the fuck that means. I guess it's up. I guess they mean
if you cheat, it's up. We both cheated.
Yeah, but she ain't the same though. But I don't know what their vote was. I can't remember if they voted yes or no.
No.
Okay, so yeah, so.
Oh, well, they voted yes. They voted yes.
Yeah. So they'll forgive you, but shit ain't the same though. But that's what I was already saying. Like when you don't forgive somebody, shit ain't gonna be the same. You're gonna be on some weirdo shit. So like, let's just not pretend to forgive. Yeah. Okay. Somebody said they know what the fuck they were doing. They never learn. And that's a fact.
That's a fact, sis.
Someone also said, if we're married, we might reconcile. Unmarried, I can just move on. She said deuces to you. If you're not married.
Unattached.
Somebody said the trust is gone. Someone also said, I can't build like that. And you can't build when somebody is cheating. And I think cheating is just about dishonesty. Like, and we already talked about like what we did and didn't think was cheating a few episodes back. It's called Double Standards. Look at the Double Standards episode and we'll tell you what we do and don't think cheating is.
Right.
I'm gonna read y'all my favorite one. Okay, I'm gonna read y'all a couple more and then I'm gonna read y'all my favorite one. So I'll say, nah, that's why I'm single. I have a hard time accepting bullshit. And that's true, because I can't accept no bullshit neither. Also, if it ain't only mine, then it ain't mine. Period, poo. Okay, yeah. And this is my favorite one. It says, I would gain nothing by staying but trust issues and stress. I'm too old for that. And that's the fuck it. And that's the fuck it, and that's all. When I'm with somebody and you cheating, I just know I'm not gonna trust you. Like every time your phone rings, I'm looking to the left. You know what I'm saying? Or when you go to the bathroom, I want to scroll through it. I don't want to do no weirdo shit. Like I'm be stressed out every time you go out. Like, is he doing this? I don't got time for that kind of thoughts. I left those shits in like 2010.
I wish that some of the people who said yes would say why
they will forgive. Because I will be clear.
A lot of those answers that she had replies to are no's.
I'm not going to put y'all business out, but I want to say this. A lot of people who said, and I can name at least 4 y'all. A lot of people who said yes, they would forgive their spouse for cheating are also cheaters. So that's probably their yes. So that's probably their yes.
Yeah, I would.
I ain't say you, but you did say yes.
But because I'm gonna be honest,
you did say yes. Look, you did say yes.
Yes, and I say yes to the premise of if you're providing my lifestyle. I say this every fucking episode. Yeah. If you're providing a lifestyle
she take my money. No way.
Greater than what I could provide for myself, which I provide a pretty fucking good lifestyle for myself.
Okay, be clear.
So if you can provide a lifestyle greater than what I provide for myself, there's a lot of things that I would accept that I wouldn't accept if you could not provide this lifestyle. I'll leave it there. Because if you can't pick up what I'm putting down, then you're not the one for this. Yeah. However, other than that,
is it a vibe or no? Is forgiving somebody for cheating a vibe?
Not if you can't provide the lifestyle greater than what I can provide.
Bitch, we're not talking about you, bitch. I said it's a fucking vibe.
Absolutely
not. Well, no, we say hey, vibe. Fuck y'all. We'll give a fuck
vibe.
What y'all say. If y'all said it was a vibe, not.
Y'all said it was a vibe. We say no.
The people who forgave, I feel like, have a history of cheating. That's why they're forgiving their significant other, because they cheat as well. That's why.
There's probably one person on that list who I know for sure forgave for the sake of forgiveness.
Yeah, there's somebody I also know as well. There's somebody I know as well. And there's some people who also said no that I know in the past they have forgave. And that's like me. In the past, I have forgave, quote unquote. Allegedly. But y'all know the list, and the things that are on the list, I did not make it through this list. I stopped at 5 because niggas don't know how to repair. So it's not a vibe to me. Forgiving somebody for cheating, just move on, because I feel like just be honest. Just be honest about what you want and what you need, and don't be a coward. Yeah. And go back to that. Don't be a coward. Don't be cowardly about your desires. Give people the opportunity to be a part of your lifestyle. And that's just it. A lot of times people are not given the opportunity to people to be a part of their lifestyle. So we're going to say, is forgiving somebody for cheating a vibe? Nah.
It's not a vibe.
It's not a vibe.
It's not a vibe. Unless you can provide the lifestyle that the said person wants. Then it could be a vibe. If you can't do that.
And you can work some things out. Maybe, perhaps. Yeah. I said they can work some things out. Maybe, perhaps.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yep.
If you're not on that level, don't try to vibe it out. Because it's not a vibe.
It's not a vibe.
Absolutely.
So you guys, we're going to wrap our episode up and let y'all know our synopsis. So the synopsis is, you got to learn how to truly forgive. A lot of us don't know what the steps to forgiveness is, and we don't know the steps of accountability to further ourselves.
Right.
So in order to grow, you must, one, learn forgiveness, if that's what you want. Because personally, I don't even know if I want to be able to forgive. Do you want forgiveness? Is it freeing?
I want to be able to forgive, but I think forgiving and forgetting those are two things we have to remember.
But
because I can forgive
I don't like
but
that,
I don't want
though.
to have.
If you have to let it go. If you can't forgive, you have to let the hurt. You gotta let that hurt go. You gotta let that hurt go, sister. People don't want to let that hurt go.
Okay, well, yeah.
You
I
can't
don't
say.
know.
I don't know.
Because
I agree with you wholeheartedly. Because I forgive you, but I ain't forget.
I ain't forget what
tell
you
a bitch,
did.
but I don't never forget. So it's like I know I didn't forgive you, and I don't trust you, and I always feel like if it's once you do it, I know I feel like the door is open for whatever. And I'm just like, oh, okay, bet. So
because you think anything's a go if I forgive you.
Anything's a go.
Yeah, I get that.
Because it don't matter how you
100%.
fuck me over. If I feel jaded or slighted in any sense, I feel like I have to it's not even like it's crazy because for me, it's not a tit for tat. It's just more so like it's now the new standard. It's now the new standard. This is how we move. Right. So if you leave the house and don't say goodbye to me, I'm gonna not say goodbye to you. If you leave, it's the new mode. Even
you come in at 4 a.m.
Because I'm very vocal. Right. Because if I tell you about it and I say I don't like it and that's the new mode, then that's what the new mode is. Yeah. But guys and women, we know we all want to be better for the greater, and like 2023, let's try to forgive if we want to forgive and go through the steps of true forgiveness if that's what you want. Go through the true steps. Don't say you forgive that nigga and keep bringing shit up. Forgive him or not, bitch. Don't bring that. He don't want to hear that shit every day.
Don't keep bringing it up.
If you're not happy, leave.
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 Same goes for men. If you don't forgive something that your girl did to you, don't keep throwing it in her face. Just fucking leave. Yeah. You said how you feel and you said what you said. And either the person's going to be accountable for the things that they've done.
Or not.
And you can move on.
Yep. Forgive, be accountable, grow. That's it.
That's it.
It's time for girl chat. What the girls chatting about?
Irrational fears.
Oh, we chatting about irrational fears. But do you have anything else going on that you want to chat about with the girls? You want to tell them? I don't think we got shit going on. No, oh, you going to LA? You going to LA?
Oh, I am. I'm going to LA. One of my other homes sometimes used to be, maybe not. Yeah,
now let's be accountable now. Now let's be accountable about that.
I said it.
You said one of my other homes. That was supposed to be your other homes, but you ain't do that.
I paid for it, so
I know, but you didn't take that opportunity.
I did not. You know why? For a man. Accountability. Because I should have been LA and I should have been skinny right now.
But your life could have been different.
It could have been
but who knows, right?
Different, right. But who fucking knows? Because I met a fucking man and I decided to pursue that instead of going to LA where I was paying for a home.
This bitch love paying both for rents. That's our favorite pastime, paying 17 rents.
I know. At least 2. Not most. That's 17, but at least 2. You know what I'm saying?
Because LA, I still ain't forgave you for that, and that wasn't even my life. Like, I swear, so many people ask. No, I'm serious. Like, even in the last week, somebody asked me about that. Like, Whatever happened with her going to? I can't remember who. You know, this part about. Whatever happened with her going to? I'm like, she.
I never went.
It was one of those. I was like, but we also never talked about it though. We also never talked about it though.
You get what I'm saying? That I paid for. Yeah.
We never also talked about it though. So people have a lot of questions. We just kind of moved on and life went on. And we was like, no, we're here. We're doing this. And they was like, wait. When you start talking about moving and doing shit, like, was it? I'm like, oh yeah, that did happen.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So yeah.
I wanted to be bi-coastal so bad, and because I paid for a home in LA. I was bi-coastal. Yeah, in my mind.
She was mentally bi-coastal.
She
was
what did we
virtually bi-coastal?
Virtually, I was. Yes, but also, what's the word that you was talking about earlier? Look at me. I'm like, don't touch her.
What was talking about?
We was talking about accountability. Coward. I was coward. Mm-hmm. I was coward because I could have been like, bitch, I'm not. Why would I pay for this?
Fuck you.
Right, like, come on, you could afford this by yourself. You're our doctor.
But you couldn't diss her because you made an obligation.
But I made an obligation.
What you could have said to that nigga was, that was cowardly as well.
Oh, yeah, because I could have said to him, like,
I already got a life plan.
I already got a spot.
I already got a life plan. Like a life.
And I told him that.
Yeah.
And guess what I did? Stay here. And guess where I am? In this place.
Fuck these niggas.
Fuck them.
I'm saying, yeah, she going to LA. The fuck was that?
I know, right?
She going to LA.
So, yeah, LA next week for 5 days.
Right. I don't know what else I got going on. My birthday's next month. I don't know what I'm doing, y'all. I'm probably gonna take some gigs. I was supposed to go out of town, but we'll talk about that at a later date, probably.
Yeah. After the birthday. But anyway, I'll probably do something.
But
I love to do something.
But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to be doing for my birthday this year. This is the first time in a while.
Should be doing something.
Right. I know I'll do something, but I'm just like up in the air. Like if I'm going to go somewhere and do something. I'm really not trying to spend no money right now, y'all. I'm trying to stack. Like this is a season of prosperity. I know what you're saying. You already know. I know what you're saying, but you ain't. But I'm just saying, separate from the note. I'm trying to
I get what you're saying.
I told myself that I'm gonna pour into my business. Meaning when I say I'm trying to stack, I had mad people hit me up for the weekend of my birthday and I haven't responded or turned them down or XYZ. And I'm kind of just like, am I blocking my blessings? Because I told myself I'm not going to consider birthdays and holidays and all that cutesy shit this year.
All right,
I'm
gonna
focus on my business.
Hear me out.
Okay.
Because focus on your business, right?
Right.
But your birthday is a holiday, and your birthday should be important to you.
They should never gonna let this look.
No, because I am a birthday person, and I'm gonna go hard in the
be important to you
for a birthday. Like, I don't give a fuck if you stay at home and you just mentally, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. But you shouldn't be cooking, bitch, in the kitchen.
But you shouldn't be
in the kitchen.
You know what I'm saying? Worrying about what time you're going to make it to a drop-off or if you're going to make it to the fucking mountains.
And they do want me to go to Tennessee. That's what the fucking text I just got sent.
Oh, my God. Like, what? No, I think that your birthday, regardless of what
it might be a birthday trip. You want to go to Tennessee? We can have a birthday trip in Tennessee.
For you to fucking cook for somebody else for your birthday? No.
Okay.
We already went to Tennessee for your birthday last year.
Right, that was last year.
So, no, I don't.
So, we talking about irrational fears because I don't want to hear Deja fucking tearing to me about not celebrating my birthday.
One of mine is getting fat.
I was saying she don't want to get fat.
And y'all can feel how y'all want to feel. I am scared to get fat. I want to have a kid so bad, but genetically,
girl, stop.
I'm fucking scared to get fat.
You want to have a baby.
I want to have a baby so
But I do get you're saying in the aspect of like you don't want to be as big as a house. I think the problem is me and Deja went from skinny to thick real fast. So it'd be like
2020
we'd be like, whoa,
thick
wait,
figures.
whoa.
2020 by the time that December 2021 got here,
it was like getting sketchy.
Huh. Mm-hmm. Oh shit.
Okay, I'm gonna do yours because this is on mine as well. Okay, we pretty much have almost the same fucking fears. I didn't really realize yours. You're a psychopath. The third one, you're a psychopath. So,
first of all,
experiencing true love. That's a real.
That is a genuine fear of mine.
We'll talk about that because I feel like I I think because the Pisces in me, I'm a hopeless romantic, and I feel like true love is supposed to feel a certain kind of way.
My birthday, can I tell you what my birthday was supposed to be? I was supposed to be born March 14th.
What's that?
A Pisces.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
My birthday.
So it's in your soul. It ain't come
it's
out yet.
It's in me.
So I'm like, I agree with you. Like, I've experienced love, right? And I've loved people, and I feel like the first person I ever loved has changed the woman who I am. He made me the woman that I am because of the provider he was, one, and because of the hurt he caused me, two. So it's like, from him, I learned what I wanted from a man because I ain't have to work. Even when I did work, this man, I never get, like, when he'll spend his last for us to, like, go to a fancy. I'm like, nigga, we just spent $400. He'd be like, yeah, but I'm gonna get it back. Like, he was always, I respected the fact that he wanted. He always was in, like, he gonna make that shit. He made shit shake.
Oh, I love a hustler.
Times. A nigga who makes shit shake is a real thing. So what I will say is, like, he changed my mind. He changed my aspect of, like, how I thought about men and what they should provide for me. So, like, I know whether I'm getting my own or not. It don't matter what I had. He still made sure he took care of the bills and shit like that. So there's that. Two, he broke me. He broke me in a sense of, like, I realized, like, I put a lot of trust and faith in him. But also, me and him were different ages. We were in different, like, I thought he wanted me to be this certain kind of woman. He thought I was, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot of shit going on during that time period. That being said, I felt like that was love, but I want to experience true love as
capacity
without being hurt. I feel like love is not being hurt. I feel like the man that I'm gonna marry is not gonna make me second guess myself.
Absolutely.
So I feel like when we go back to relationships and we forgive and we let shit go, like, I feel like the person that you're supposed to, like, give your all to, like, isn't supposed to make you feel a level of hurt or disappointment or fear, aggression. You know what I'm saying? Like, all that shit. So, yeah. So I have a fear of, like, one of my prayers is, like, I don't want to die without experiencing true love.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, like my heart, like, I want to.
That's why it's number 2.
I think, like, true love is different.
Yeah,
like,
true love gotta feel different. I don't think I've ever experienced that. I don't think I've.
What do you think true love feels like?
I think I would not have to question, worry, think about. I wouldn't
fear.
I would just be in the moment and just be blissful.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have to be like, oh my God.
And I feel like, and I'm not saying, like, I feel like all relationships have things, right? Yeah, things are not cheating. Things are not aggressive. Like, true love isn't fearful. Love isn't aggressive. Love is kind.
Love don't hurt.
Love don't hurt. And that's my biggest thing. I think as Black women, we've been taught that if we stand through the struggle, if we let him cheat on you, if you let him abuse you, if I'm with him while he's broke and all these things, and I hold shit down, then at the end I get the prize. I don't want to have to go to that to get the prize. I don't want to have to heal you. And that's my biggest thing that I always say now. I don't want to be with somebody that I need to heal your childhood traumas. You need to fix that on your own. It's not my job to make you a man.
Right.
If you
I
go ahead.
feel like I understand that, but I feel like, and I don't know if this is just a Black experience, but I feel like our parents have conditioned us to, like, I'm beating you because I love you, and, like,
but that's not the same as relationships. I feel though.
No, but, like, so hurt in general. Yeah. So being hurt, like, because I love you, this is why I'm doing this.
But I don't really equate my being beat as a child as into my relationships.
I equate, just being hurt. Yeah. In general, like, you need to understand why I'm hurting you so you can understand what love feels like. And, like, love shouldn't hurt.
Yeah, love doesn't hurt.
So, like, you're hurting me, right? You're hurting me. You're making me sad and you're making me cry because you love me and you want me to be a better person. You want me to learn from this experience. But if you love me, then you wouldn't hurt me.
I think about the hurt, and this is like a sidebar. Like, I think about the hurt that we, like, and I'm talking about me and you in particular. Okay. The hurt we felt growing up, like, relationships with our fathers. I think about that. Okay. And, like, not really the aspect of us getting beat as a child. Because, like, we can charge that to, like, fucking
some of these kids need beatings.
Yeah, we can tell that to the white man and the shit that we've been taught and trained as
why
humans.
They say they're beating us.
Right, and I get you.
Not the aspect of them actually.
No, I get you. I was just saying, to me, this
because kids need
it's the same
sometimes.
kind of. No, absolutely, I get you. What I was saying was, to me, that's the same kind of hurt that I feel like.
Okay, yeah,
you get what I'm saying? Like,
I'm saying. Yeah, I get that.
I feel like the hurt or the love or the things that we're missing, and like, you know, I told you like before that I wrote a letter to my dad and like letting go of like him dying, because I was mad at him for dying because I didn't get to experience him. You get what I'm saying? Like, I didn't get to like all the great things. Like when I talk to my cousin and they're telling me like, oh, he was this person, and like and I have memories, because like, don't get me wrong, when he passed away I was fucking 18, 19, I was 19. So like I knew him, but I didn't know him because I didn't live with him since I was like 4 or 5 and I moved to Virginia. You know what I'm saying? So Absolutely. It's like I didn't get to truly experience constantly being around him. But us on the phone, we built a connection, and that's, in fact, that's one of the things I wanted to bring up earlier. That's one of the things I never forgave myself for. I never forgave myself for getting off the phone with him. When the last time I talked to my dad, I was on the phone for hours. And me, I'm like, we'll never talk this much. We were on the phone, we were just talking. He was talking to my mama, to my sister. We all just talking and laughing. I'm like, God damn. Well, and calling me, bleep, 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 calling. And I'm just like, Daddy, my boyfriend's calling me. I gotta go. I've never forgave myself for that. Ever. Stop.
Okay.
Stop.
Okay,
stop.
but listen.
Literally stop.
Because we can talk about daddies all
but
day.
Yeah, that's a whole nother, we're going to get into daddy issues on, but that's about forgiveness. That's one of the things that, like, I want to ask you that about, like.
No, I've never forgave my dad. And
for certain things. No, have you forgiven yourself? No. Not him. For certain things. Well, there's things that you haven't forgiven yourself for. Are there things you haven't forgiven yourself for, is what I want to ask.
No. There are things that I have not forgiven myself for.
So we'll talk about daddy issues on a whole other episode. That's going to be a whole fucking episode.
I feel like forgiveness can be a whole fucking episode. Because there are things that I haven't forgiven myself for. Yeah. There are things like, for sure. But next.
Yeah. So what we talking about? Oh yeah, true love. So blah 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 blah. We want true love. Cause fuck.
Who don't want to experience true love? You know what I'm saying? But also being shot in a drive-by.
It's being shot for me in general.
Like that is an irrational fear, because like I could be at a stoplight like singing. Because I could be in a stoplight singing Cash Doll, you know what I'm saying? These niggas for everybody.
Oh, yes, our song.
And then, you know what I'm saying? A nigga drive.
If y'all want us to perform that, we can.
And then it could be like 2 motherfuckers on the other side of the street. We could. 2 motherfuckers on the other side of the street arguing. And then it could break out in a shootout. And
I got you.
And then I could be like...
I got you. And I'm just going to say, my irrational fear is just death in general. I think about death every single day.
She does. The whole...
And everybody know that.
I never airplane shits get on my nerves. Okay. I like to fly.
Okay.
And I know that's what she going with.
Everybody know. But I did see something that's like, the more you think about it, you're going to manifest it. I was like, I'm not manifesting these things. I know my fears are irrational. It's not like I'm thinking about it like, I hope this happens. No, I'm not thinking about it that way. I'm just like, anytime I'm not with my child, I think about the worst thing that can happen to her, because I'm irrational. These are my irrational fears. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, no matter what it is. So... you scared of being shot in the drive-by with your psycho ass. I be thinking about every day, like my door getting kicked in. I bought one of those hammers that shatters the glass if you underwater. I bought one of those for my car, bitch. You know, the hammers that you hit and it shatters the glass underwater? I bought one of those.
Yeah, we live in Atlanta.
It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter.
I
can end up in a lake. I can end up in a lake. I'm in a lake.
How often you go to games?
Deja, I don't give a fuck. Deja, I don't give a fuck, okay?
Chattahoochee.
Bitch, I don't give a fuck, okay? I'm letting you know. I bought the hammer to shatter the window if I'm underwater. I'm letting you know right now. I bought a 2-pack. And then I also bought, and it also cut the seatbelt. And they cut the seatbelt to pop that bitch, just in case. So I see the TikTok who's like the paranoid friend when locking the door. I put the guard dog on the door. I put chairs on the door. Listen, a bitch been through a lot. Okay. I've been through a lot. I done had motherfuckers break in when we in the house. I done had motherfuckers rob my family at gunpoint when I was supposed to be in the house. You know what I'm saying? I had niggas run upstairs and fucking snatch me and Shakira's purses off the door when we laid in our bed. Like, a bitch been through a lot. I've been in the hood. A bitch is traumatized, okay? So that being said, I got my only...
in New York Housing Authority project.
My only irrational fear is death, and I'm a period of death with your other one, which is a zombie apocalypse. I'm not scared of apocalypse. I'm just like, we gotta prepare ourselves. We need to get ammo. We need to learn how to shoot fucking slingshots. We need to get ourselves ready for that. We need to know how to throw knives. I mean, we need to get ready because.
But the problem,
something's gonna happen.
My fear is that.
You're not ready to bunker
friends,
up.
I am.
You're not ready to get into the bunker. You don't want to
family who have been vaccinated. That is the fear for me. It's not the zombie apocalypse itself. It's like, yo, my best friend, my mom.
Deja, you want to know something?
My stepdad.
Baby, we're gonna have to get vaccinated in the next couple months. We want to leave the country. We're gonna have to get vaccinated, and I've came to terms with that. So you're gonna have to let that go. You're gonna have to let that go.
I'm gonna be a zombie now.
We played.
Maybe being a zombie isn't the worst thing because my family's
we're not gonna be no zombies. Like, we going to the bunker, and if you want to be a zombie, you're not fucking coming to the bunker, bitch. Because I already got I'm starting to. Don't fucking start.
Because listen, y'all know whenever the COVID shit first happened, I found a nigga who I'm fucking with.
We going to the bunker. We going to the bunker. When the zombie apocalypse, I think about the day after tomorrow. I think about big floods happening, tornadoes, tsunamis sweeping over the whole East Coast. My biggest fear is global fucking warming. That's why I be like, y'all gotta recycle. Stop throwing them bottles out in the street. The fucking sea turtles is getting wrapped around their fucking necks with all the fucking bottle of shit. I'm scared. And I think this is why I like the show 100, because I feel like it makes me feel good about death. Because I'm like, damn, maybe I can just go to cryo sleep and I won't die and I'll just wake up. But then I've also heard stories like people, once they die, they decide to be together. My mother told me when I was a child, she always tell me these stories, and she's like, I always talk about heaven when I was a kid. I always talk about coming from heaven as a kid and like how heaven was and all this other shit. I gotta ask her now, but she's always telling me that shit when I was a kid. She's like, you always talk about heaven.
I believe those things. Kids, no. Like,
yeah,
you probably
because that's when you're still in tune. She always said like, I always talk about coming from heaven and being in heaven and all this other shit and like being in tune and coming down here.
Jealous.
Okay, you know, were you in the presence of an angel, boy, the girl?
No, but you know, my thing is, you know, anybody who talks to me, I always talk about my birthmarks because all my birthmarks are the same. Mm-hmm. So in my mind, in my past life, because I feel like I've been here before, I was stabbed up because I was probably a real nigga.
Because of your birthmarks?
They're all the same birthmarks.
Are they shaped like a knife?
Mm-hmm. Like stab.
Bitch, no the fuck they're not.
All right, well, after this, I'll show you mine.
I've seen a birthmark on you, and I don't. Which one you talking about? Name
okay,
all.
So boom, the one on my neck. I don't know what side it's on, but it's a little light skin, little mark. You see it? It's on this side.
Turn. What the fuck are you doing?
Cause it's like right here. It's like right here.
Okay, well it's on the other side then. Okay, I seen that.
Okay,
that's not a stab.
So then I got one right here.
Okay, that's one I remember. Is it under the
same?
Is it under the Hello Kitty?
It's right here, and then I got the same one on my back, and then I got that big ass black one on the back of my leg. So you said they shanked your ass up. So they was like boom, 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 and burned her back of her leg, and then I'm like, fuck, I was a real nigga. I was probably out there, boom, 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 and so then I turned around and they threw the flame at the back of my leg, and so here I am.
We sorry, we love y'all. This has been another episode.
Such a
fucking lady the podcast.
I'm a real nigga. Remember that.
And that's all.
Period.
Such a fucking